Welcome back to my 100% playthrough of Heretic on the Black Plague Possesses Thee difficulty, played through the Heretic plus Hexen re-release on the Kex Engine. We are doing all levels with a 1 start, and this is E5M8, the final level of the 5th episode of Heretic, the 2nd episode of Shadow of the Serpent Riders, and the final level of the basic Heretic map rotation, Field of Judgment. Now, if I recall correctly, a week or so ago, a lot of people were complaining that I did not explain the meaning of that level's name. So, even though this level's name is obvious to anybody who speaks a modicum of English, I'm going to do it anyway, just for those people. So, field is a land that's free of woodland. Basically a flat area, usually, but it can also imply some hills here and there. But it comes from Middle English feld, which comes from Old English feld, which comes from Proto-West-Germanic feldu, which comes from Proto-Germanic feldus, which comes from Proto-Indo-European pleha, or alternatively pleta, which means flat, and pleha means field. But pleta is where you can get the ancient Greek word pletes, or plates even, which also means a flat surface. And judgment is the act of being judged. Or alternatively, in perhaps this context, it can refer to like the final sentence, like Judgment Day, or something along those lines. And it comes from the Latin phrase, the late Latin phrase, judicamentum, which means pretty much the same thing. Now, with all that out of the way, I hope you're very happy with the explanation of the word field. Let's begin by grabbing everything here, including the Chaos Device, which you can potentially use for some shenanigans, the Ring of Invincibility, as much ammo as you can grab, the Silver Shield, which will be redundant, potentially, the Ethereal Crossbow, the Hell Staff, the Mystic Urn, the Shadow Sphere, and I believe for the most part that should be it. Alright, so now we can grab the Wings of Wrath, and we can use them to go onto this platform. And when you do, you want to watch out, because there will be so many Molotars ready to beat your face in. And hey, I didn't grab the Dragon Claw, so pardon me for not doing that initially. Oh well. I mean, if you want to be silly, you could also... Well, I forgot to grab a Phoenix Rod as well, but that's fine. If you want to be silly, you could just go up and start roasting these guys. Or you could wait for them to go in a very specific spot to be extra silly. Right around here, roughly, give or take. Yeah, you know what I would try to do. Come on, do the funny charge. Not like that, you knuckleheads. Yes, I am running low on Wings of Wrath, but it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can get a troll going on. I don't think it's happening, but if it does, it will be very funny. Yeah, I don't think it's happening. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I would try to telefrag them. Sometimes it works out, but since they don't want to cooperate with that, we're just going to attack them like so. And isn't it so annoying how they like to do this charge attack and it stuns you? It stuns you. Even when you're invincible, it stuns you. And they do this all the time. And it's so annoying. And then they do this stupid attack. So I would not trust being near these guys. I think your best bet is to just spam your way out of this. And you can grab whatever item you deem necessary for such spamming. I mean, you can hit these guys with, like, the Phoenix Rod attacks if you really want to. But usually they'll just tank it because they're immune to splash damage like that. Usually I like to focus fire one of these guys, but that may not always be viable in a predicament like so. You can at least get one, maybe two of these guys down with a powered, like, combo of the Ring of Invincibility plus, like, the powered Phoenix Rod. But, again, these guys with their stupid charge attack that stuns you can easily get in the way of that. These guys just want to take all the fun out of this map, don't they? Yes, they do, especially on Black Plague. You might have an easier time doing that little telefrag technique on Smite Meister, perhaps. Still charge less. So there's a benefit to playing Smite Meister. Should have more than enough ammo to deal with these guys, though. Even if you are just not focus firing on one of them at a time. They give you enough ammo for your health staff to just spam these guys down. But yeah, it is unfortunate that sometimes these guys just move around in very erratic patterns that results in them taking the fun out of it. Like this stupid charge. Yeah, there it is. You're stupid. You're stupid and dead. Took the fun out of it. But, well, you get all the items despite basically going around this map. Even if you don't go into all the little areas beforehand. Like I didn't do. But once you've killed all the Molotovs, you are free to go. So let's do that. And that's the Field of Judgment. And yeah, not much has changed, huh? Well, mainly the balance with the weapons, but even then, the only thing that will be of any real importance is the health staff being able to seek enemies in this new version. But even without that, you'll still be able to hit these Molotovs. They are so freaking huge. You'll probably hit one of them at some point. Yeah, it's like pretty straightforward and honestly a little anticlimactic for me. But you know, even though this level is pretty anticlimactic, it's still amusing to me in its own way. But yeah, just all those Molotovs, 8 Molotovs in one level. And that's it. That's it. You're gonna add all this build up to them? No, just 8 Molotovs. Really straightforward map. They were really just getting us out there at the end. Oh well. It has its own charm, I suppose. Anyways, let us just read the outro text. As the final Molotov bellows his death agony, you realize that you have never come so close to your own destruction. Not even the fight with the Sparrow and his disciples had been this desperate. Grimly you stare at the gates which open before you, wondering if they lead home, or if they open onto some undreamed of horror. You find yourself wondering if you have the strength to go on, if nothing but death and pain awaits you. But what else can you do if the will to fight is gone? Can you force yourself to continue in the face of such despair? Do you have the courage? You find, in the end, that it is not within you to surrender without a fight. Eyes wide, you go to meet your fate. And there we go. That was Heretic, Shadow of the Serpent Riders. And that is also all of the levels of Heretic that are in regular gameplay, at least. Alright, you probably know what's going on. We are going into the quote-unquote 6th episode, which is somewhat officialized at this point because now you can access it through level select, like the new game level select thing. So stay tuned for that, because in the next video, we are going to Fate's Path with Raven's Lair. Very hard, which is Black Plague possesses the. But until then, I'll see you when I see ya. So, see ya.